Yeah, I'm going to start again, right? Jai Sachidanand. So now I'll describe how we got more involved in Dada and his first visit to our house. So after we took the Gnan in 1982, not even in 1982, in his first visit he came to our house. And it was a morning time. And we were only a few people, maybe 10, 20 people. Niruban and Ketsibai, all those people came. And they were going to have lunch with us and then rest and then go back. So he came and we showed him around the house. And then I took him to my study room or meditation room on the first floor. And then Dada did I had a little temple, and in it there were all different gods, like I had Krishna and Jesus Christ, and then my teachers of Chinmayanand and Sai Baba and Ganesh and all the gods. And then I had put a picture of Dada and Shivananda Swami also. So he came and he sat on the seat, and then he did the vidhi of Dada and Shivananda Swami, and then vidhi of all the gods. And then he turned around and told me, "Oh, this Shivananda Swami and Dada Bhagwan, you have to keep it separate, and all these other gods you have to keep separate. I was thinking, why is he telling me that, And this was my first exposure to him. And I didn't, in my mind, my intellect didn't agree with that. So I said, so many people say so many things, so I forgot about it. And then what happened in 1983, I had an opportunity to visit India. And I met Dada in Baroda, in Khatri Port. When he was having satsang. The satsang was just ending around 12:30 or so. And I went to meet him, and he didn't recognize me first because we had met, but he didn't recognize me. And then immediately he said, "Oh, then I said, I'm Shirish Patel from California and everything else." Then he immediately, "Oh yeah, Shirish Patel." Then he asked about every Mahatma in LA. By name he said, "How is Ramila? How is Shashikant Bhai? How is Daksha Bhai? How is Arun Bhai? How is..." Everybody. So looks like he could even see. He had the vision. He had the darshan to see that thing. So like a photographic thing, As Dada says, he doesn't remember things, but he sees the thing as it happened in the past. That's darshan situation. So then he said, "Oh, have you put that God separate there, as I told you?" I became very nervous, and I don't know what to answer. I said, "No, that I haven't done." And he says, "We tell this to people who understand, then they want to do it, that's fine. We don't tell this to everybody." So I didn't understand anything, But then after that I had some chance to spend 1 week with him and in Ahmedabad, which I'll describe later on. But at that time he told me why these two should be separate. And he said, because the prayers to Dada Bhagwan and Shivananda Swami, they lead you to moksha. So you should do that. Separate them. And then these other gods, prayers to the other gods, they take you to punya, relative, good karmas. And they give you better life, worldly life. And this one takes you to liberation. So that's why you should do separate. Understand that these are two separate things, separate pujas. So then I understood this. And also at the same time, now going back to that visit, in my library there, I had a lot of books. And I had books of all the great saints. Wherever I go, whether I read them or not, I would buy books. And my whole library was full of books, And other habit I had was, if somebody came to visit us, I would give them a gift, as a book as a gift, So before I had a lot of books of autobiography of yogis. Suppose you visit me, have tea with me, then I'll give you a book of autobiography of yogi. Then afterwards, I started giving the books of Bhagavad Gita of Chinmayanan. Now then Dada looked at all this. He said something like, now all these books will be filled with Dada's books only. Something like that, he said. And it does happen. Like after a few years, all those books were gone and all my house was the bookstore of Dada Bhagwan. And then also that's true. Whenever anybody came to our house, I would talk to them about Dada and give them some books of Dada. And so this Jagat Kalyan started right from the very first year, slowly. And then other thing I remember about the first visit, he asked me, how come you have so many things, you have such beautiful house and everything so good for you, Then I said, Dada, it's from Punya. I didn't say, luckily from my past knowledge, I said, it's from my Punya. I didn't say I got it. So Dada said, yes, that's correct, Also on that visit, when he was coming to our house, he went to one of my friend's house. His name is Dr. Ramesh Gupta, and his wife was sick with cancer, and she had brain cancer and she was almost terminal. And then Dada went and blessed them and talked to them and did their vidhi. At that time he also looked at me. This was my second or third day now, okay. Then he looked at me and then he says, this doctor, he is asking the price of all the vegetables in the market, but he's not buying anything. Because I was always thinking and analyzing what Dada is saying, whether it's right or wrong, and I was not basically accepting his knowledge fully, I was accepting with little bit, I was accepting, little bit I was rejecting. So this doctor, he's coming to the shop, he's asking the price of all the vegetables, not buying any vegetables. So you see, this is the one thing you can say that Dada was really reading the minds of everybody. He could read, and there are so many other places and that I will describe where he could read my mind. So this is how he came to our house the first time. And on that first visit in 1982, I also asked Dada, Dada, now all this book you have in Gujarati only, how the world is going to know about it? Even my children, how are they going to know about this knowledge? So we have to have English books. So Dada says, no, you have to learn Gujarati to understand this knowledge. I said, Dada, but I don't know how to read. I can speak, but I can't read. So Dada said, no, you have to learn Gujarati. Then I told Dada, okay Dada, then I will learn Gujarati, but you give me the blessing that I learn Gujarati. This is the first visit only, 82. Then he says, so, એ કહું છું બધું ધીમે ધીમે આવે ને બધું રમીલા એટલે so then I said, how I want to learn Gujarati, so you bless me and I will learn Gujarati. And then slowly what happened was, over the next year or two, I learned Gujarati. And also at the same time I told Dada, these books are so valuable, we have to get them in English. And so why don't we get translated? I will pay for everything, but you have to get these books in English. So the first year he went back to India, and Aptavani 1 was translated in 1982, 83, and then published already. So that was the first English book done, and it is available. I think it's no more available, but it was, the old one was done by one G.A. Shah. He was a Mahatma, G.A. Shah. He was in Ahmedabad. He did that. He was the English teacher, professor. And so this is how he blessed me to learn Gujarati, and I was able to learn Gujarati also. And I asked for English. This English, he did that, and then in later talks he also said that we should get all this because of my insistence of English. He said yes, we have to get this done in English, and so he blessed us to do this translation of Gujarat, these books into English, which happened very later, but it was his wish that this knowledge should reach all languages and all people of the world. Now I'm trying to think about the first visit now. Yeah, was it?